What's going on, guys? It's Jordan back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at stellar lumens. And as we jump right on in and not waste any time today on the daily chart, as you guys can see, we're still in this bull flag, in my opinion, on the daily time frame. We talked about this last time in my last stellar lumens video, where we are getting rejected off the top of this on the daily. And on the daily also, we're getting support, right, on closes, right? Obviously, we had a wick down to our major support level that we're going to talk about a little bit later on in this video. We're holding that as support, and right now we're just right on that tippity bottom. People say that. People say tippity top. People say tippity bottom. I don't know, but we're right on that tippity bottom of this bottom support line. So will we hold that bottom support? Well, I think we will for right now. If we get rid of these circles here, we obviously have this major support here, which is pretty much our bear market resistance and support, which is extremely crucial, especially back here, back in August 2020, right? And all throughout here, we had support and resistance on this line. So this is just such an important line on this chart, right? So as we look closer to here, we wicked straight down to this support level, and we got bought right back up, which I think is extremely bullish on the daily chart. Now, if we switch on over to the weekly chart here, this is just a little bit better look of why this support is so important. So on the weekly chart here, you guys can see we're pretty much just making a support and resistance flip, in my opinion. So we obviously have the resistance here, right, back in the bear market, our first little pump up, and we're just now flipping it as support here, right? So look for probably a rounded bottom here as we kind of stay in this bull flag, right? You should have the bull flag on the daily. It's possible we get a pump up here. We kind of bounce around in here before kind of rounding out here and eventually moving on up to the upside. That's what I kind of see. So expect a little bit lower, but I mean, I don't see us breaking this 11-cent mark. And if we do, our next logical support is all the way down at about 8.4 cents. So we don't want to go that low, obviously, for our stellar lumens holders, as I am myself. But I don't think we go below this 11-cent mark based on this crazy, buying pressure wick that we usually see. When there's crazy buying pressure at certain levels, you guys can see these wicks all throughout here, down here, right, down here. When we get these wicks, it's usually the bottom of certain, dumps. So I'm seeing this as kind of the bottom of the dump, and us kind of rounding out on the weekly. We did the same thing down here during this bear to bull market, right, where we got our first initial pump up right here, guys. And we eventually, had our dump straight back down to it. Obviously, this one happened in 1 week. We got that one got it over with. This one's teasing us a little bit as we're taking a few weeks going down. But this one did the same thing as we pumped above our bear market resistance and then flipped it as support here and then moved on up higher. It's pretty much what we're doing, flipping our bear market, or not bear market. This is not really a bear market, but our resistance throughout this period and flipping it now as support. I think that's what we're going to do and eventually round out here and going up to the upside, just like we did on up here. So not this parabolic though, guys. I'm saying we're not going to be that parabolic, but you guys, that's what's going to happen on the weekly, in my opinion, right? As we switch on over to the stellar lumens Bitcoin pair, my fractal that I have is still playing out. Now, we didn't break our major support level here, where now we're below our, local low from back in, November, right? So we are going lower here, but what I like to see is we are cooling off on the RSI on the weekly. Obviously, we're getting very high here, so we are cooling off the RSI before a possible move back on up to the upside. And the fractal that I have played out in my last video that I said is every time we get a massive pump for stellar lumens, we see the same thing where we get a local low, right? We pump up to the resistance line, get a second lower low, and then get a massive pump. We did a second time here, make a low, right? Going up to test the resistance, come back down, make a lower low, and then pump. Same thing here, guys. We make a low, go back up, pump. This one made a higher low, but still a local low nonetheless, and then a pump. And what are we doing now, guys? I think a pump is coming soon for the altcoins. And what do we do, guys? We, came back down, made a lower low, right? Pumped up to the resistance once. And now I expect, at some point, we could go a little bit lower, but at some point we're going to round out here and going up to the upside, making a second lower low, just like we did before every single time in the last couple pumps for Stellar Lumen against Bitcoin. So this is nothing out of the ordinary, guys. We see a lot of the altcoins, not just Stellar Lumens, bleed on Bitcoin. Stellar Lumens is one of the bad ones. We looked at Chainlink in yesterday's video. Chainlink's bleeding really bad against Bitcoin. Not out of the ordinary. So let's not get carried away with these altcoin pair charts. It's just more so looking at where we are compared to the last time they got a pump on the ratio. Like I said, guys, I do like that we're getting, we are getting a reset on the weekly RSI here. We're getting a little bit of bearish divergence here, where we get a higher high on the RSI, lower high in, I should say, not a bearish divergence, but if we get a nice bounce up at some point, right, even a little bounce up, that's going to make a local low. Maybe we get a little bit of a bullish divergence here, where we get higher highs in the RSI and lower highs in price action, right, if we can get a little bit of a pump up within the next few weeks. So we're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance real quick, guys. And this is a very, very interesting chart here, guys, because this is going to kind of point to where most altcoins are going to go compared to Bitcoin. Now, just because the Bitcoin dominance is going up doesn't mean the altcoin USD values are going down. It just means that the altcoins aren't pumping as hard as Bitcoin. So Bitcoin could pump up 10%, altcoins could pump up 9.5%. And in theory, the Bitcoin dominance would still rise even though altcoins are popping off. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just because we're seeing the Bitcoin dominance go up does not mean the end for altcoins. Just want to throw that out there first. But we are hitting a major resistance still on the Bitcoin dominance on the weekly chart. You guys can see this resistance all throughout here. Got rejected on it back in May. And now we're right up against it now. Now, do we break this? If we break this, look for Bitcoin to make some serious headway on this dominance, probably all the way up to at least 77%, if not all the way up to about 86%. Look for a massive move on the dominance if we break this. We got this also support, not perfect support, but pretty much support down here. So we are converging on this Bitcoin dominance. So do we need to see a move down or a move up? In my opinion, by the beginning of July of 2021. So we could see a massive altcoin rally or a massive, not altcoin dump, I should say, but where altcoins bleed against Bitcoin. We could see that by the middle of next year, a major move, because we have two massive, a demand line and supply line converging very, very soon. So is it going to tie to its kind of sister coin XRP and keep dumping, or are we going to get support on this major support line here at about 11 cents? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys are new, make sure you smack that subscribe button down below. I'm going to know if you guys press that subscribe button, so just press that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a happy new year. Stay safe. Don't do things you're going to regret tomorrow. Can't say I won't.